so I just wanted to show some pictures and talk about Day of the Girl, what it means to me, what it means to the hardworking girls that I know in Chitwan and around Nepal. So yeah, Day of the Girl. Yeah, it's a new holiday. I think it was inspired by Malala when she was shot in the head for advocating for girls' education. And that was a very tense time. I was following that story, and I was actually already working hard at work on this project in Nepal. So I was happy to find out about this Day of the Girl announcement, this new holiday, a couple years ago. And yeah, I was very just affected by that news about Malala because her kind of accent reminded me so much of the Nepali girls. And even though the situation is quite different, really, it's good, the comparison, because in Nepal at least, there's a lot of opportunity to empower the women and girls, because the main point is that the society is not against it. They're only practicing very traditional ways because of lack of investment, lack of just resources and access. So it's positive to see that with investment, with development of schools and programs, the results can be very good because families are very supportive. In the years I've been discussing with families one-on-one and, talking to girls and their parents, and, I've never had people, say, oh, why not help a boy or something like that. I mean, everybody gets it, whether they're very educated or never educated and illiterate. People understand the need to empower girls to have more income and economic participation in the society, and it's a well-known thing in a lot of developing countries. So you can't just look at the statistics that show a lot of bad conditions and say that, oh, this society is against empowering women, because you just have cultures that have never been developed in economic and educational resources. So it's really just a matter of time, a matter of effort, and people coming together, international groups and local governments, international governments, local people. And so that's what I've been working on. And that's the past couple months I've been planning this new school in Chitwan, because I saw that the girls have pretty much the worst conditions I've seen, and the jungle kind of in the Terai, which was recently hit by all the floods, and a lot of really bad stuff was happening in the Terai. And the girls that are along the national park, which is exactly what I was just learning yesterday, that one of the main girls, like a neighbor of mine, a girl that I knew very well, was killed by a tiger while she was in the forest collecting leaves and food and wood and whatever. And so this problem is something I knew about. I knew that there was a tiger in that forest. People have told me. And I knew that people have to go into the jungle every day and face rhinos and wild elephants. The baby that I was bringing to the doctor and trying to get in school, and there was a baby from Chitwan that I was posting a bit. Her house was attacked by wild elephants in the same place. So all these stories, long before this death from the tiger, I've been planning how to improve livelihoods of farmers, the type of families that depend on the jungle, how to help them be self-sufficient, like how to grow more things or do business in a way that they don't have to go into the jungle every day. If they have just simple knowledge, I mean, different kind of cooking systems, they can reduce the need of firewood. They have to go all the time for firewood. And a lot of things, there's just a lot of alternatives and simple just systems that can make people safer against wild animals, against natural disaster. And these are just simple things like crop diversification and a lot of just basic stuff that I can solve with building a new school in Chitwan. So I'm really motivated more than ever about this school because, I'm trying to create resources for Alina, the girl who was killed by the tiger, and her sisters and her friends, all the girls in that community that, if they all had access to new skills, improve their English, improve their just kind of business understanding, there's just so much that they can do with their hard work that they have. I mean, that's the reason I'm so shocked about Alina, or just so sad, I mean, is that she was such a hard worker and so tough. I mean, I saw her go into the jungle with no shoes before. Like, she had kind of like a superhuman type of strength, and I've seen other girls with that type of strength, and I think that with the right investment and infrastructure nearby, that a lot of women and girls and any farmers that are spending all day in the field or in the jungle, we can reduce the amount of basically backbreaking work that they have to do for a pretty simple income. And so that's what I'm doing with this school. So I just am more motivated than ever to make this school start right away. I'm looking into pushing it forward by another month. I was kind of trying to get it started by November, but now I'm thinking that it's just something that I can get started this month. In October, I can be back in Chitwan within about 2 weeks and get going on the school. So we've raised $1,000 for the school, and we've raised about $20 for the Alina fund, because I was making a new fund so that I could use that also for helping her sisters. But this school will be something that I had just posted a photo of Alina's sister saying how these are the girls, the unmarried girls who were trying to give new jobs, give education. And yeah, Alina, she inspired me a lot. She was just a kind of example for me to think about. When I first came to Chitwan, she was one of the first girls that I got to know, kind of researching different girls' situations. And she was married at 12. It was a love marriage. I mean, she married a boy who was about 1 year older than her, 13. And I know him very well. He's a close friend as well. They were a good couple. I mean, she was past year, she was 18, he's 19. We did kind of business together. Like, I had a cafe near the jungle entrance in the village, and then she opened up her and her husband opened up a small fast food shop next to our tea shop. And so we shared our water pump doing dishes, and we just knew each other very well. She was my neighbor. I also know her mom very well, her sisters. And so, again, that's why I started a second fund, because if anybody is, moved about this news of her death from a tiger, I just thought that they could dedicate something to her and support that fund that can help her sisters and the extended sisters of the community. A lot of people looked up to her, a lot of girls because of her strength, and I just know that she'll be very missed, but I want to make impact. I want her memory to make an impact on the community and help get this training center made and help women and girls in the communities and all the farmers, and just be good for the culture, the Taru traditions, and different research there that we can do, and different online kind of free training publications that we can work on. And so I'm very motivated to get this going, and I'm going to be working harder than ever to raise this money that we need for the new school, and to raise money for this girl, her sisters, and just do something in Chidwan, because I've been kind of prototyping some things there. I've been testing things the past 2 years, and now I'm ready to really go all in for Chidwan, because I just see that Chidwan is where my energy belongs, where the investment going forward. I want to, anything I've done in the past, I want to repeat and put everything into Chidwan. It's an amazing place. It's a popular tourist place with national, Nepali tourists, Indian tourists, Chinese, all over the world, because of all the animals. You can ride elephants, things like that. But it's also a very dangerous place because of these women and girls that have to go into the community forest, national park every day for foraging. And it's very dangerous. There's a lot of other problems. There's a lot of human trafficking, a lot of sex industry type of exploitation of girls. It's also like child marriage, kind of huge common thing for girls as young as 12 to 15 to get married. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, it's pretty standard. And yeah, but it's also a very friendly community. I made a lot of friends there. Like, I have the chance to do some really powerful work there with local leaders and everybody from different parts of society. So that's why I'm so happy to move forward in this direction of, making a new school, new building, and helping Alina's sisters and mom help people avoid this type of danger, help them have less requirement to go into the jungle, like try to introduce alternative cooking methods. And yeah, so just stay in touch, and reach out to me. Let's do this together. Let's celebrate this Day of the Girl. Let's try to understand what's going on in the developing world. It's pretty hard when you're in the West or something to comprehend these things. I see them with my own eyes, and it's still hard to believe, hard to accept. So I can't imagine how hard it is to understand the realities of girls and children in developing countries. It's just kind of something that you think wouldn't happen anymore, or it's just amazing the kind of work that we need to do collectively as a society in the world. And I'm going to keep working for that and keep trying to educate youth. And I appreciate everyone's help in the past. It's always been a huge team effort with all the support, especially from the States, but all over, from Europe, South America. So it's awesome, and I'm very proud to be doing this work. And this is a special day, Day of the Girl. It's a new holiday, and I hope that it gets more and more recognition and understanding around the world. So, all right, thanks for watching, and check out the link, and share this message, hit me up, and talk to you later. Bye.